Okay guys, these are your notes on 2-4 writing equations of lines. It's really important that you know the difference between slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, and point-slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. A lot of questions will say write your answer in slope-intercept form or write your answer in point-slope form. Now, a lot of people find it hard to remember this one because it's not as common, but if you think about the slope formula that says y minus y over x minus x, and if you multiply both sides by the denominator, you end up with y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So just in case you ever forget this formula, just know that it's derived from the slope formula. You just solve for, get the denominator on the other side. Okay, so you have to know that this is point slope and this is slope intercept. Okay. Let's do... Write the equation of a line given the slope and a point. So we know m, and we know a point. We don't know b. So we are going to look at the graph first. Now you're not going to be able to do this if you don't have graph paper, but this is a line that goes through the point negative 5, 2, and has a slope of up 3 over 5. So this is the line. There's only one line that can go through this, that can have this scenario with this slope and this point. But we want to know what the equation of the line is. Hold on. I don't want you to see all this because it's overwhelming. I just want you to watch it as I go. Where's revealer? Okay. It doesn't say write your answer in point slope form or write your answer in slope intercept. So we're going to do it both ways. There's the slope intercept form. I plug in what I know. I know that y is 2 because the point, if you recall from the last slide, was negative 5, 2. So I plug in the y, which is 2. I plug in the m, which they gave me was 3/5. I plug in the x. The only thing I don't know is the b. So I have to solve for b. When I multiply 3/5 by negative 5, I get negative 3. Add 3 to both sides, and b is 5. But that's not the equation of the line. That's just the b. The equation of the line would be y equals 3/5 x plus 5, which we knew from looking at the graph. But remember, we're not going to be able to graph these all the time, so we have to be able to do it algebraically. If you want to use the point-slope form, this y and this x always stay. You replace the y1 and the x1 with these. And the m is obviously the same m as it was up here. So it just says y minus 2, because remember, it's y minus y1, so if it's positive 2, you write minus 2, times 3 equals 3/5 times x plus 5. The nice part about this equation is you're done. If it says give your answer in point-slope form, or if it doesn't say anything at all, this is the equation of the line. You are done. So write the equation of the line in point-slope form through those points. So let's just recall, point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now, we know this can be x1, y1, this can be x2, y2, and it doesn't matter which of these points you use, but we have to find m first. So m says y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 6 over 2, m is 3. So now just pick one of these points, I'll use this one, and plug it in. Y minus 2 equals m, which is 3, times x minus 3, because that's x1. x1 is 3. That's in point-slope form, and that is the equation of the line. Write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So again, now we need the m and the b. Well, the m is just 15 minus 3 over negative 4 minus 2. So that's 12 over negative 6. The slope is negative 2. Now, I can either plug into y equals mx plus b, which I'll do. And I know the m is negative 2. I know x and y. I actually have two choices. I can either choose this x and this y, or this x and this y. The only thing you can't do is choose this x and this y. I'll use this one because they're both positive. So I put in 3 for y, m is negative 2, x is positive 2, plus b. What is b? Well, 3 equals negative 4 plus b, so b equals 7. That's not the equation of the line, that's just b. So this is a lot of work. So the equation of the line is y equals negative 2x plus 7. Now let me show you something that I think is a little bit easier. I think it's easier to use point-slope form and just solve for y. So watch. Point-slope form says y minus y1, so y minus 3, equals negative 2 times x minus 2. Solve this equation for y. So y minus 3 equals negative 2x plus 4. Add 3. Y equals negative 2x plus 7. Done. Same equation, same line. Because remember, there's only one line that can go through these 2 points. You just need the equation of it in slope-intercept form. If this had said point-slope form, this would have been your answer and you could have stopped. There's a really important word in algebra that shows up time and again. It's called intercepts. An intercept is where a graph crosses the x or the y axis. To graph using intercepts, you plug in 0 for x to find the y, plug in 0 for y to find the x. So, here is a line 3x plus 5y equals 15. I could solve that for y, and I'll just do it quickly. And you would get this. And that would be easy to graph, no problem. Hunky-dory. The problem is, sometimes the y-intercept isn't real nice, or sometimes the slope goes off the charts and it's hard to graph. So it's nice to know that you can plug in 0 for y and find where it crosses the x-axis. Plug in 0 for x, find where it crosses the y-axis, and then just connect the dots. That's graphing using intercepts. Now, here is a question. The office manager of a small office ordered 140 packs of printer paper. Based on average daily use, she knows the paper will last about 80 days. Come up with points to represent the situation. So we have days and we have packs of printer paper. Think about which one of those would be the independent and which one would be the dependent variable. Independent is usually some sort of time, minutes, days, seconds, hours, whatever. So I'm going to say that my independent variable is my days and my dependent variable is my number of packs of paper. Well, at the start of this question, there has been 0 days. Right at the beginning, 0 days and 140 packs of paper. After 80 days, how many packs of paper will she have left? Well, it's going to run out, so she will have 0 packs of paper left. So if you were to graph this, just like in science, I'm going to do a little break. 140 would be my y-intercept, and at 80 days, I would be down at 0. So it would look just like this. The y-intercept is how many packs of paper I started with. The 80 days is when I run out. Now, if I want to write an equation, I need to use either point slope or slope intercept. The nice part here is you're given the y-intercept. So all I have to do now is find the slope, which is 140 over negative 80, which is negative 7/4. And I know my b is 140, so my equation is y equals negative 7/4 x plus 140. And how many packs should she expect to have left after 30 days? Well, days is x, so I plug in 30. And I would say negative 7/4 times 30 plus 140. I don't have a calculator on me, but negative 210 over 4 is negative 52-ish plus 140. We're going to go with about 88 approximately. Approximately 88 packs of paper after 30 days. So hopefully that makes sense. I kind of went through that quickly, but on these word problems, when they tell you what you start with and when you run out, they're giving you your intercepts. They're giving you the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Now we have to talk about 2 more things. Parallel and perpendicular lines. Hopefully you remember some of this from geometry. Parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. For instance, if the original line has a slope of 3, the perpendicular line, if m equals 3 for the original, the slope of the perpendicular would be negative 1/3, because that's the reciprocal. Let's try some. Write the equation of the line parallel to the line y equals 3x minus 4y, 3x minus 4y equals 6. We want a line parallel through the point 8, negative 1. Now, let's think about what we're looking at here. Okay, what we're looking at here is a line. Oh boy. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Weird. Okay, the line has a slope of, well, if I solve this for y, minus 3 divided by negative 4, I get 3/4 x minus 3/2. Well, that's gross to graph, but it's looking like something like this. Okay, let me make that a little bit nicer. 3/4 x minus 3/2. So I'm down here, and I go up 1, 2, 3, and over 4. It looks something like this. I want a line parallel to that, going through the point 8, negative 1. Well, the point 8, negative 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Way over here, you can see that if I draw a line parallel, it's going to have a completely different y-intercept. Okay? That's why when we try to write the equations of parallel lines, everybody gets so hung up that the y-intercept is a fraction, but we don't even care about that y-intercept. We want the equation of that new line. So what we want to do is say our new slope has to be 3/4. And let's go back and figure out why the slope is 3/4. I kind of went through that quickly. If I minus 3x and minus 3x, then I have negative 4y equals negative 3x plus 6. When I divide by negative 4, that's where the positive 3/4 comes in. Now I'm going to use point slope form, and I'm going to say y plus 1, because remember it's the opposite of the y, equals 3/4 times x minus 8. Distribute your 3/4, and that's minus 6. If you don't believe me, do it on a calculator, but 3 times negative 8 is negative 24, over 4 is negative 6, and minus 1 from both sides. So just like we said, the graph has a y-intercept of negative 7, which would be way down here, just like we penciled in when we were showing it. Okay, try this one. You want the line perpendicular to 2x minus 4y equals 9 through the point negative 6, 4. Now again, let's take a look at what that might look like. Here's my graph. When I solve this equation for y, I have minus 2x, so I have negative 4y equals negative 2x plus 9. Divide by negative 4, so y equals 1/2 x minus 9/4, which is about 2 1/4. So my y-intercept's way down here. Oops. Way down here. and I go up 1 over 2. So it looks like this. I want to be perpendicular to this line through the point -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here, I want to go perpendicular to this line. That's not very good. Perpendicular. It has to be at a 90-degree angle. So you know the y-intercept is going to be somewhere down here. We have to find exactly what that y-intercept is. So I'm going to use my point slope form again, because it's my favorite. I'm going to go y minus 4 equals the opposite reciprocal of 1/2 is -2 times x plus 6. So y minus 4 equals -2x minus 12. Add 4 to both sides. -2x minus 8 is your new equation of your line perpendicular to the original line through the point -6, 4. Okay, we're going to do a lot of practice on this. Make sure you know parallel, perpendicular, slope-intercept, and point-slope forms.